everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding it, and you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy a pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he sincerely said, when you run for one term, he sincerely, I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest.
With a profound sense of gratitude and humility, it has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilized the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, built hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieved on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, and perhaps more could have been done under different circumstances. Regrettably, some of the long-term projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors, and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I must report to you that we are leaving behind a better economy than we inherited. Today, President-elect Joseph Nima Bouaka will inherit a stronger economy than I inherited. There is a bigger net international reserve position than was handed me in 2018. I inherited 94,999,000 United States dollars in net international reserves. And I am handing over to the next administration a net international reserve position of 222,700,000 United States dollars. This is 136% increase in the net international reserve position. The total cash balance in the government's consolidated account is United States $40,044,365.90. In 2018, my government inherited a consolidated cash position of $7 million United States dollars. The next administration thus has more resources to deal with emergency macroeconomic challenges than my administration had at its disposal in 2018. My fellow citizens, throughout time together, I held still fast to two cornerstones of leadership: keeping the peace and upholding the democratic process and the root of our democratic journey. I am immensely proud that during my tenure, Liberia remained at peace with itself and at peace with its neighbor. Our armed forces, the force of good, were never turned against our own people, and external actions were confined to international peacekeeping mission under the United Nations. This peace, sustained by our own domestic resources, is a testament to the maturity and strength of our nation. We protected the inalienable rights of every Liberian citizen as enshrined in our Constitution. Freedom of speech, assembly, and expression were not only preserved, but celebrated. There were no political prisoners or prisoners of conscience during my entire term, a testament to the development of strong democratic institutions that are now not only hailed as competent and professional, but as trusted and credible. Liberia is now regarded as a pillar of democracy in West Africa and a shining example to the world. This was only made possible through our various collaborative efforts. I want to thank all Liberians, regardless of your political affiliation, for staying the course and helping build a stronger and more vibrant nation. As I step aside as president of Liberia, I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, in order to ensure the continuation of our strong and vibrant democracy. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences, embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia.
Those who wrote the speech, inauguration day, everybody happy. We are rejoicing over the defeat of the old regime. We are rejoicing for the effort to bring a new regime. Then we're sitting down with happiness. We go write paper for that 79-year-old man. He's struggling to read. Then you go there, I will tell United Nations, I will tell US, I will bring one for you. Because you think one for you, Johnson? By the time the woman was reading, when you come to pray. That's it. Because in this country,
when you elect a clown and you think that he will be a king, what he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize the potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries, but there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say, release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence, 30 years, prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brandon Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and now prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years, unconventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time with experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with a U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at large for war crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D404, and spelled out in clear terms the decision taken in support of regime change in Liberia and what needed to happen to solidify that process. There was little mention, if any, in his testimony about Sierra Leone. And here is what he said. I posit that 5 years from now, when the international community is challenged by other crises, Taylor in Calabar, under the protection of Nigeria, will make his move. We will wake up one morning and watch on CNN as Taylor rides triumphantly down the main street in Monrovia to the executive mansion, daring all of us to come and get him. Unless he is handed over to the special court for Sierra Leone, this scenario is not out of the realm of possibilities. He then asked, how do we assure Liberia's future? And he answers that. Ultimately, he says, what we do about Taylor in the next several weeks will determine the fate of Liberia and the new administration of its president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Crane then sets out several plans, two of which I'll state here. He said, first, hand Charles Taylor over to the special court for Sierra Leone for a fair trial, his kind of trial. This takes him out of the local and regional dynamics that is West Africa. Second, tie any financial and political support to good governance in Liberia. Time does not permit, but the exhibits are present. Not even the Nigerian nation was spared from threats and intimidation, as explained by Femi Kayode, press secretary to President Obasanjo, the Nigerian head of state, who was with him in Washington when President George W. Bush promised, and I quote, to bring Nigeria to its knees if Taylor was not turned over to the special court. And what happened? Obasanjo buckled and capitulated. Now, this demonstrates the significant pressure that was brought to bear on President Obasanjo, irrespective of his personal and leadership obligations to the West African sub-region. And therein lies the dilemma for current African heads of state and government, but how to enter into binding commitments and obligations with the African pairs and remain steadfast, resolute, and unyielding in their fidelity to those agreements in the face of such unrelenting and punishing pressure.
Last, and I will elected Judy as a senator. You give me confirmation power, but I'm coerced to confront people. So we people who say that the vice president and myself will not work together, I think the vice president doesn't want to work with me. I want to say it clearly to the public so they can understand. We have been subjected like a bare ball, and I asked Samuel Kuga not going to accept that. Once I was elected as a senator of the country, I must be given the opportunity to recommend my citizen. It is my fiduciary responsibility. I can't sit down a group of citizens crying on me for a job. Then one individual supersedes everything he does, the country work, he does the nation work. Then who am I? If a vice president goes to the president and says, well, Nima Kandi and my country live with me, out of courtesy, teamwork, he will listen to him. But in my mind, the vice president should reciprocate. He has more that he can go to the vice president or the president to say that anything that has to do, please refer to me. Equally so. When we make recommendations, it should be accepted as a legislator of the country. Then show good faith. But you cannot be the only one that will take the shot. Then we live on a way war. No, I don't think that's the proper way for us to go. And ask Samuel Kuga will not accept it. I can tell you for free. Well, the period of the time that the Liverpool elected me for, the time elapsed, they don't want to take their job, fine. But the Liverpool know that I'm somebody who is a straight talker, and they know that I can defend them, fine. I don't think that is the way we're supposed to go. We need to respect each other in this country. Politics should not be because I got the upper hand, so therefore I can suppress anybody. No, for me, I'm a water. When you tie me on the other side, I can boss another way to make way for me to live. And what I'm saying here is what's happening. It's not secret. The vice president is listening to people that all that man that pretty soon will be vice president running me to somebody. So he believes in it. Maybe he want to elevate me. My disappointment is, number one, that the vice president often tell me, since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nima Kandi was done by him. He and I would discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I better keep it. I don't talk on it. Look at what happened in this number 5. If my brother sincerely want to work with me, he's not listening to gossip. And we're working in harmony with respect to each other. You don't think he's supposed to call me and say, my man, the election here, why you're thinking? Because you are the one over there. Anybody that I recommend, I will declare support for that person. It's a dumb deal for me to knock my chest in the district and say, we're carrying the person. And the vice president said, no objection. The senator who came from there, the senator of the country said that the person, one a party mandate will support the person. But on the contrary, that we agree on something, you deviated from it. If I had gone over radio to challenge that I will support a gossip by all means, or I will support Bori Badi by all means, openly declare, and he's supporting Koto, how the world will look at us. So as an elderly person, I decided to waive everything and say I will not do it. I will be neutral. My neutrality was based on endurance, but I will hate and fear disgrace in my own district. He doesn't want to lead the neck of Nima Kandi. When you are elected as a senator, it is a full responsibility to take charge of the country. Not vice president, not president. Do you guys want me to sit so permanently and be happy when this such a thing is going on? Then what made me senator? Even the party that the old man left for all, may his soul rest in peace. I'm looking there like an ostracized person. You want to dignify me. You want to tell me I'm not organized? Why you think that Liverpool elected me as a senator? And that respect is not given to me. We should respect each other. Whosoever attempting to intimidate me with voodoo, with sound of intimidation to say we'll bring somebody to do the Liberian way, they say that vra. I will die natural death. Nobody will kill me. Because when you kill me, that beat you and you will be cursed. The curse will forever remain on your head, and blood stain will remain on your hair, and you will not survive easily. You will end up with disgrace. How can you think, or why would you even think to take away somebody's life? For what? Then the police will know up to the reported case to, they don't take record on the individual. Can you imagine? So if I were to die, like, yeah, Share, nobody will talk about it. Say, oh, but I remember, say, what I sugar, why you die for? It's not putting all kind of sickness and all disease.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They get lies. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach. Now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrated us. Why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? See, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why?
Yes.
Why? But
welcome. This is Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on.
To our many followers.
I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go.
Those that are done with this show, our critics, our listeners, our social media following, every one of you, wherever you are following me from this evening, this is Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. And my name is Junkies Morris, and I'm here again in your company alone, as Austin Kawa won't be here today. Hopefully to be here on tomorrow.
We tired with the promises that led us to all our damages.
And today is the 9th day of June 2026.
The thing we saw it frustrate us. So what?
23 minutes past the hour 8 o'clock. Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9.
That's why we voted you.
A lot to talk about tonight.
You screw us. You use us.
I will play for you videos and audios.
Why? But that's the question that we ask.
And Liberians, you listen and follow for yourselves where we are headed as a country and the kind of dangerous trouble that we are in. President Bouaka relieves Sheikh Mustafa Kouyaté of his position as ambassador at large, Republic of Liberia. President Bouaka again in the news.
My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said?
Proving us right that the legislature is no different from the executive.
You see the reason why we ask what
it is a 2-in-1. It is a 2-in-1 architecture.
No war for people crying for hunger. Look at.
Representative Yeke Koluba, former Representative Yeke Koluba, rather. Response to Honorable Thomas Fada, the Deputy Speaker of Liberia.
The government should lie. Why?
And the man post some messages also. It is that Tom of are saying they are damaging, and we'll get to that quickly.
The people last us, the government betray us, they betray us so much. I said they lie. The people who are so, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can knock the corrupt, they can
the U.S. government and the Liberian government has signed a secret health deal.
Come on. I know you're...
Well, it will allow the United States government to audit our health facilities, our clinics, and even demand access to patients' records, meaning their health data, the record what they get. Whether you get AIDS or you get diabetes or hepatitis, all of those things will be declassified to the United States government because that is a secret pact on the health front signed between the government of the Republic of Liberia and that of the government of the United States of America. I'll be back quickly after I take a short break from our sponsor here, Crime Stopper Liberia, that power the show. And when I'm back, we'll recognize our social media followings. And all of you there following, or by whatever means you are using to follow, keep following. Thanks for following. And like I said to you, this is Freedom Hard Talk, on Freedom FM 87.9. And my name is Junkies Morris. And I will be back as I quickly take this short break and get word from our comrades here, Crime Stopper Liberia.
My musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must take it. And I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior.
We need peace. We need unity, equal rights and justice. Yeah. Not don't get rockin' out of here. Show clear how in love to your fellow man. They can't be you. Now the African mentality can't be you. They can't be me. Now they check it on everything. Can't be us. They can't be you. And I so say, shit. Listen, every day I see plenty people suffering. Then I see the small in your hand. Then they act it and they lucky. You look at the national African mentality. Destructive jealousy, hatred, envy. Wetty black hard, that desperate society. From the only day to present day, everybody say using that same old mentality. When you not know me, I know you. When I'm part of my crew, you do me, I do you. Yeah. The only way that you can make it to you, you know, join my crew, then you face me, I face you. Or in the churches, the African mentality. The horses, the bosses. People crying for now we get way. People crying talking say they yeah, yeah, let's stop it. All them people on the side talking no way we like it. Talk about quick boy, hey show. Talk about hey boy, the people can't talk.
Be myself and I. Be myself.
African mentality.
Be myself and I.
Be
myself and I.
They try to jealousy and
be myself and I.
People cry for now we can't be me, they can't be you. Everybody wanna say that we're one by. It can't be you, they can't be me. You know, yeah, I was swing it to what to buy. It can't be us, they can't be you. And I'm power, you shine it to buy. I'm so sick, and I'm so sick.
Everybody want it for themselves. Nobody want help. Nobody. Everybody fighting for themselves. Yeah, from one person to one family, one predicate from the same community. Yeah, now the African mentality, MORRI is affecting the society. There's no more competency. Let's check every ministry. Yeah, for work to get salary. Yeah, the African mentality. Every student to get scholarship. That I seen old mentality. They say all for one for all. For one man, one take all, and carry to a hall. No one know why the rich getting richer. Every day, why the poor people they suffer. And why they asking for justice, security when my people on a hostage. Opposition say they want to demonstrate. As soon as my trap see them cutting that big. Be myself and I. Gotta be myself and I. Be myself and I.
They try to jealousy and
be myself and I.
People cry for now we can't be me, they can't be you. And everybody wanna say that we're one for all by. We can't be you, they can't be me. You know, yeah, I was swing it to what to buy. It can't be us, they can't be you. And I'm power, you know, this one what you buy. And I'm so sick, and I'm so sick. Listen, right when I would get away, would change our attitude and live happy in the one place. Everybody got the government, you steal it to your phone, you put him off on the president. Look out to just everybody hustle me. No more fighting, but stay people. Not going, baby, that point today. Calculate the rich plan, people in the put to in the city. You eat and eat, I don't want to know. Who do who? You're not inside, you're not know. What they want, I'm in the iron way of finishing everything. You're just say we not know. I call them babu in moke shadow. My in new bottle, my people, you're hello. This time, no more tea different me. See, man, you want she can move fresh. Be myself and I. So say I. Do I now? Too much shine, I got you.
And so by live stream here, that was a short break there from Crown Stopper Liberia, and this inspiring Liberian song that always inspires me when I come on the radio. And I think it's important that it is played here because it is a song that speaks to every facet of the society as to having good manners so we can enjoy the country. It's a very great song. I like that from the group So Fresh. Anointed Favor is following from Marshall Highway. Honorable Isaac Toe is also following. From District 14, Mawata Ability is here. Venetia's Junior Bar is also from Nuku Town. Lexus Moba is following. Patrick G. Kaidi is following from Broadway Prairie Town Community. Dubon Hill is there following via our YouTube channel here on Freedom Hard Talk, Freedom FM 87.9. Hazate is also following. Ju J. Wonwe is following from Doazon, Newtown. Koiboy Wido is following from Kakata, Magibi County. Estelle M. G. Place is following from Bartnesville Junction. And Saturday Zonwe Wonduwala is following from Atlanta, Georgia, the United States of America. Fly watching from Kentucky. That's Kentucky, that's the United States. Jerison B. Togba is also following. He says he's following from the darkest community, Johnsonville District number 2, Monserrado County. I think that's the district of Honorable Sekou Kane. Honorable Sekou Kane represents that district. He says it is the darkest district. I don't know how factual is that. And then we'll do extensive research on that. I'm following from Cape Mount. That's Abraham Gopal Fambule. Emmanuel Pro is also following. He says, good evening, Austin Kawa, Junkies Morris, and my fellow viewers watching from Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA on this Tuesday, June 9, 2026 edition. Thanks for following. Keep watching. And Gerald Rolling Va is also watching here. Good evening, Junkies, and my junior brother, Austin Kawa. May the Lord Almighty continue to guide you in the hands of these unscrupulous creatures. That's Gerald Rolling Va. And Amadou MP Fambule is also here following. Karim Kroman. Welcome, Karim Kroman. He's there following. He says, good evening, Honorable Junkies Morris. I'm following religiously from my comfort in Cinco. Thanks always for what you do for your country and people. Yeah, sure. And it's appreciable too for watching our back. All of you out there. Minister Prince E. Kamara is watching from Barnersville, SD. He says, good evening, Honorable Junkies Morris. I'm following from Barnersville, SD. Boaka J. Sharif is also watching from Kipman, Bokwa District. That's Grand Kipman County, Western Liberia. And like I said before, taking my break. And to you, there's Stanley Togba, little Stanley Togba, who will be celebrating your birthday on the 14th. The 14th of June will be your birthday, little Stanley Togba. Your mother, Lucy Washington, and David Togba are there doing it for you so that you be happy as a 1-year-old doctor that coming out to help at least to curb some of the situation like the one happening or that happened in Grange with a Liberian lying on the floor in the hospital, already entered the hospital. Why the nurses are there paying attention to different things when the main reason why they are at the hospital is at stake. Somebody was there lying and at the verge of losing it all. None of them could make any move in the direction of allowing that person's life to be safe and giving dignity to them, even if they are not well, which is called for in any civilized environment or society. So like I said, I will start off with playing for you some excerpts. Then we'll conclude on today with the major talking points, like the situation with the government being involved with a secret health pact between them and the U.S. government, which has to do with unveiling medical data of citizens of our country. America that our brother, America that our friend, our traditional partner, that our mother, that our everything, but we also have our sovereignty that will have to be protected with dignity and respect. On that note, our health data is of no exception in providing a dignified society for Liberians to live in. We cannot outsource it. We cannot do that to our citizens. We cannot make our citizens second-class people anywhere in the world. All of us are equal, and that is the universal, inalienable right of all citizens from everywhere around the world. So there is no way Liberia should be subjugated to such level, or Liberia should be arm twisted to allow different people controlling our health data. John Morri go do a test, and a testing positive say John Morri get AIDS. Then the American government will discertify me and they publish it. No, those things, they are undignified. They are not even normal for any country to do. Why the government is intending to do that? Is the government not able to manage her own affairs in terms of good governance, accountability, transparency, and meeting up with the social needs of the people? And the government will want to outsource or want to give people health data out to the U.S. government on what basis? Now, how far the respect will go? You want to tell me if you respect Brabi, so me, and you jail later and Brabi put a fool when you jail from TV, when you jail from the bathroom way? No, it's not possible. So, Mr. President, I think we need to be very tight to in some of these agreements and flabbernead discussions because of fear of going against the U.S. or who be powerful institution. And since you want to go for second term, so you want to protect your interests, I think, Mr. President, you will need to look at the overall good of all Liberians before policies that are meant to boost your governance agenda before they can be implemented, Mr. President. This sober reflection, like I always say, sobriety and piety bring good manners.
You have been importing Nigerian pastors or prophets. They can't stop your second. They can't give you victory for your second term. Already, you have lost the second term. I am not saying it categorically. Go and do your post. Don't write to Nigerian government. Go and write to Donald Trump. We are going to settle it at Donald Trump court, not in Nigerian government. Shame to you. Your country, there's problem there. It's just a warning. It's because you have hidden things about Liberia. Liberia will not be prosper under you. Bunker. Cannot be prosper under you. All of these people that you are following writing, you are not enjoying it. The government, there's problem, there's hardship. This is what we tell Nigerian government. Ask. We told them now, Dokufo, 2020, that his government is satanic. Did he report me to anybody? Bunker, your government is satanic. Everyone have condemned your government. Your second term is a failure. You won't win your second term. Mark my word, a prophet is talking. You don't need to talk. Go and use your juju to fight. You sit down. Let this word humble you. Let the word humble you. You now write letter. You are wasting your ink to write to the Nigerian government because of one important personality of God telling you simple word. So said the Lord. Import 1 billion. George, where is the next president? Let me now come out clearly. He's the next president of Liberia. And mind you, for Saturday, I'm going to do press conference. Kings FM have been invited. Abraham God sent will be invited into this press conference. You will now hear more details. More. I don't reply president. But I now see that you are lazy. Old man with laziness, with lazy officials who cannot give you simple explanation that calm down. Don't reply this man. No. I will just reply you. You will be ruined. Your government will get ruined. You are fighting God. You want to fight God through me. And God is ready to disgrace you. No more second time for you. Maybe you have been bringing prophets. They have been telling you what you will hear. What I'm going to have. He invited prophets. He said, I know that one man will never talk good about me. And what happened? He died disgracefully. Joseph, that is how your government will end disgracefully. Because I don't want to reply to you. You are full of satanic, devil, government. You don't have work.
Go to China and borrow money. Go to IMF and borrow money. And leave this man of God alone. Thank you, Nigerian government, for giving them the right answer.
Thank you, Nigerian government, for giving them the right answer. You listen to Prophet Ayodele responding to President Boaka, because after the president, let's say the prophet spoke the truth and prophesied what God had unveiled to him, the guys again around the president barricading, they started running around with insults and condescending remarks against a prophet of God, and saying a whole lot of things that were not in line with what people who claim to be Christians and followers of Christ will do. The prophet is responding to Mr. Boakai, the president of our country, that he had proven that he is lazy. This is what the prophet said. Oh, Junkies Morris and Austin Kawa said it here before, but we could not believe it because they are Liberians. And they are not in the government and riding all of the big cars, so we could not listen to them. The same things we said. That was the prophet trying to re-emphasize, re-echo that Mr. Boaka is lazy. The fact that the president will reduce himself to going after responding to a prophet who is only inspired by God's will, by God's word, and moves when God wants him to move. Mr. Boaka, the president of our country, is speaking bone with a prophet. You see how far Mr. Boaka have gone with his intolerance? Do you see the level that the intolerance of this president have reached? The president is not able to absorb religious and biblical latches, even though he should be a deacon in the Baptist church. And the president is using the same form and manner that was used to chase former Representative Yeke Koluba and other people, including Prophet Key that is in jail, using the same thing to target an ECOWAS citizen. Mr. President, for your reminder, I think the letter served you well. I think the response officially from the government of Nigeria through the embassy near Monrovia served you well, Mr. President. Mr. President, that communication served you well. It served you well because yourself know that that communication showed that all you proved was you were trying to seek maybe consultation from your people who provide tutorage for you, like the Nigerians. Because only weakness, laziness, and bad administrative proceedings was carried out by you, Mr. President. With all due respect. Mr. President, when people start going after prophets for prophesying things that they see in dream, it happened in the Bible. No, maybe Husinke will call and tell me whether it happened in the Bible, or maybe I could receive a call from Mo Ali to tell me whether it happened in the Bible or the Quran. Some Mo should be a Muslim. Oh, The president going after prelates who are just voicing out what God tells them to see. Mr. President, I ever to the people need to start, bishops, priests, imams need to converge to protest for the freedom of expression again, Mr. President. Mr. President, are you saying our religious leaders, our clergymen must seek permit, or should they protest or demonstrate out there for their right to freely express, which is called for in balancing the society, the church, in fact, that gave birth to a Joseph Nyema Boaka, who is president of our country, the church. The president is responding to a prophet who is prophesying his weaknesses, his failures, his administration's ineptitude toward good governance, good policies, observance of the rule of law. Observing strategic but coordinate independence of the three separate branches of government. The prophet is only reminding the president that the president proceeding in as much as he continues to do what he's doing by witch hunting, by using his civil service agency boss to go after civil servants who in fact are from different political institutions, and the civil service agency is not a political theater to accommodate political opportunities, so to speak. Yeah, I won't say anything stronger than that. The civil service agency is being used and weaponized. No civil service person motor. You go to the legislature, lawmakers that were voted, they are being suppressed. Anybody you want to talk anything too hard will be in the interest of the Liberian people. The first thing the men start soliciting signature, they can put a crown on you first. They start soliciting signature to know if they can get 48 to 49%. When they show of it, that you get plenty of people down there that hate you, then the minute they can pull their own crown on you, since they have quasi-judicial authority, run you through that without a Janjaweed system of, I would say, judging people. But sometimes your lawyer can even be denied, they say executive session, secret session. When it should be executive session, they say secret session. The president of our country reduces the presidency to responding to a prophet who comes to prophesy. So is the president vindicating what the preacher man is saying, what the prophet is saying, that something satanic allegedly is associated with his government? Because clear conscience fear no acquisition. Clear conscience fears no acquisition. So if the president is doing it right, if the president does not have any skeleton in his closet, as the prophet is saying, why respond? Action speaks louder than voice, Mr. President. Your actions will tell. If your actions show the reduction of our young girls on the street who are selling themselves just to sustain on a daily basis, if they are reduced in their huge numbers or number, Mr. President, I'll give you a tap on the back. And I want to believe Austin Kawatu will do so. KOK will do so. Alexis will do same. Abu, Ajerun. Mr. President, instead of responding, the president reduced the presidency to they terminating, cutting off speech. So your friend do something to say, my football mama by me, you playing it. That's amen. If Liberians would have listened, we wouldn't have arrived where we are today. The president is old. The president is unable. The president is incapacitated. The president does not have that strength. The president does not have that endurance, that stamina. Indeed, the president does not have that endurance, that stamina. To take in information, dissect and digest it well, and make sound decision in the interest of Liberians. President does not have that wherewithal. Mr. Boakai does not have that wherewithal. Mr. Boakai lacks the ability to have comprehensive view of his governance structure and how his government is moving in the direction of providing social services to the people. Instead of Mr. Boakai reducing the presidency to responding to one prophet who he know how God sent a prophet, and he decides, he and his boys decide to challenge the prophet. I think it will be good Mr. Boakai divert that energy, since there's not enough. Mr. Boakai, the president of this country, divert such energy to reducing the issue of bee mountain polluting the water where the people drinking, where the people cooking with. And this energy can be diverted there. Then the president's attention will be there. Then bee mountain will do the rightful thing, and our people there will be safe and healthy. The president, instead of wasting time, instead of wasting time to responding to a prophet who have prophesied what he cannot change, let's say what he cannot change, rather, instead of the president, Mr. Boakai, responding to a prophecy that he cannot undo, that is encrypted end to end by Almighty God, and Mr. Boakai will want to waste his time to respond to that prophecy that was sent by God, that Mr. Boakai, because you are not leading the country in the rightful direction, this will happen, that will happen, and here is what will be the result. What we will get from it, this is how it will be, and that is how it will be. And Mr. Boakai allows the young people around him to wear arrogance and respond to a prophecy that can be undone. Mr. Boakai and his people cannot undo that prophecy, and Mr. Boakai allows the young people around him to wear arrogance, to fight God physically, where the whole world seeing it because of power. Young men who were in churches around here, some in mosques around here, good coming out Christians, like Jeremy Matthew Pia. Yes, A good Christian, Daniel Sando. We all work at the legislature together. I know the brother, very good Christian. Today, because of power, because of the raw quest for power, the brothers are attacking the religion as if they are not members of the religion they are attacking. You see what happening? Because of power. Jeremy Pia is acting like he did not go to church before. Jeremy Pia is behaving as if he had never heard prophecy in his life before. And that those prophecies came to pass. Mr. Jeremy Pia have heard, he have seen results, and he have felt results of prophecies. So Mr. Jeremy Pia, to wear arrogance to that extent, in my mind, is unfortunate and it's dangerous. It's dangerous to tread that path, to take politics to the doorsteps of God Almighty, to come out and wear arrogance just because the thing that will happen and you people can't do anything about it, just because it was announced to you, so as to precautionarily now, so as to take precaution and take heed and put your hearts in order as you will be transitioning from power to ordinary citizens. That bad thing for them to tell you on time, the men tell you on time, you will let the thing get closer. Well, some of you already get who say, oh, the second thing, then the mega announce it, you say, oh, but the whole prophecy is supposed to have said it earlier. So the brother decided to do it earlier, and God used him to make you people to start at least the small malware already nasty to pull yourself together, because you people will have to start packing your bags because of the poor governance you are providing in behalf of the people, because of the eroding and breaking, flouting the rule of law, because of interfering with the judiciary and running the legislature using the de facto illegitimate speaker, Richard Kuhn, who was involved with burglarizing the office of a sitting speaker through his mandate. Everyone saw it. So I know that court they will carry me to, because we carry me to court, the video available. So I know they will bypass that video to put different crime again. But everybody saw it. When the sitting speaker duo was being drilled, so instead of Mr. Bwaka responding to the prophet, let Mr. Bwaka avoid making statements that are insightful. Mr. Bwaka, the president, if he's serious and he's not lazy and tired and he's not incapacitated to lead this country as the prophet said, and there are satanic materials around, anger ratio, there are satanic material around the regime. Mr. Bwaka, instead of going to respond to those things, Mr. Bwaka is supposed to make sure people in Nigeria, like it happened when a brother was dying on the bare floor, while nurses and health workers are sitting next to the brother, and even ignoring the recording that was going on, even though the world now is a global village where in seconds information reaches the entire world, and any part of the globe information can hit there. They ain't no way. You see the kind of level that the country have gone. Health workers built in themselves grudge, hate, anger, vengeance, to the extent that people go for health care. They are ignored. They are left helpless and no one to accommodate them. Even though those facilities belong to the government, and Mr. Waka comes out and say he writes Nigerian government to to do what to the prophet? To do what to the prophet? The prophet will not tell you the truth that you are not winning again. I am making you fair. The truth can have what are the truth. You're not winning again, you're not winning again. What is big about that one? You are not winning again, you are not winning again.
For every electoral process, we have more bad people than good people. In Stanton, when I say, what can you do? I'm not saying that you're not preaching well here. Liberia is tired of stitches. Liberia wants to see men of heart. Liberia wants to see patriots to come outside and build themselves, present themselves to become leaders of our country. The more we avoid the situation, the more we avoid the stage, the incapable become the available. And the available, those who are not available, they become those who are not capable. I'm encouraging us all. Our people are suffering. Liberia problems must not be politicized. It is not about party. It is not about ethnicity. It is not about religion. We are the problem, including you and myself. We have to stand up. I'm not protecting a job. I can be fired tomorrow. I wish I have no means to be fired tomorrow. If I'm fired tomorrow, I will celebrate. But if I'm fired tomorrow, it does not mean that my respect for President Waka, it will be withdrawn. I will continue to respect him. At the same time, I will continue to speak the truth that he must do the right things for our people. I've engaged the president. I've engaged the legislature. The reason why I'm focused on the legislature, the executive does not have the power to solely pass any concession agreement. Every concession agreement passes through the legislature. Why? Because the legislature is a direct representation of our people. Not the 103 members of the legislature were all elected. In the executive, just one person was voted for. Sometimes we say two were voted for. So we must not deal with ourselves. We must stand for our people. Nigerians are confused. They don't even have choice. See our young people, see our students. When they come out, even they don't have messages. But I do know one thing. If our leaders are not corrupt, then they do not read. You know, as we accuse our recruits do not know how to read. And because they couldn't read, we laugh at them. We should also begin now to ask our lawmakers. If they do not read, we must guide them to read. Because if they read the agreement that they signed, they realize that they have betrayed their people. This is not a ship we are. I'm okay. I'm thinking about a woman in the market there who's selling potato green there, who has a child to school. I'm thinking about a bus driver who can I employ. I read a story from a man I'm 50. He said, I had a dream. I had a dream to become a medical doctor. I said, but why not medical doctor? You're a driver. He said, because my dream was dashed. My parents never had the means to send me to school. I do not want the children today to have a dream. I wanted to have a dream. That's what I'm standing. That's what I'm standing up. I'm not standing in defiance of the government. I'm not standing in defiance of the legislature, nor in defiance of the presidency. I'm standing for our people. I'm forgoing the temporary privilege, and I'm embracing the perpetual conviction that Liberia must rise. And again, Liberia must rise. No matter what, it must rise. It will do everything possible, legally, constitutionally, that the right thing will be done for our people. Thank you so much. May God bless you all. Let me close with this. I pledge my allegiance to the flag of Liberia.
That was Sheikh Mustafa Kuyati. Wow. It will miss you to note that. Okay. Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate have just been relieved of his position. So, okay, let me quickly read that for you. I think you're the man talking you. Man, say everything you're doing for library. Even though I got a problem with him, he fake. He's weak. He's a weakling. Yeah, that's how I see him. Otherwise, he's doing his buying sentiment. Because real men, when real men speak, they stand by the word. Men, when men speak, they stand by the word. When men speak, you know. Now weaklings. You allowing yourself to be used as a stooge and tools. You're not a man. So that's why the president relieved you of your position. For immediate release, President Bouaka relieves Ambassador Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate of duties. June 8, 2026. Executive Mansion, MORRI, Liberia. President Joseph Yuma Bouaka Sr. has relieved Ambassador Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate of his duties as ambassador at large for special duties and special presidential envoy with immediate effect. In a communication dated June 8, 2026, President Bouaka informed Ambassador Kuyate that recent events arising from public statements attributed to him concerning the Honorable House of Representatives, coupled with subsequent communications received from that body expressing a vote of no confidence in his continual service, have created circumstances requiring presidential attention and action. Mr. Bouaka, tell me, Papa, give me another space again to deal with the office of president tonight. Hey, Mr. Bouaka, may another be still, man. I read this paragraph again. In a communication dated June 8, 2026, President Bouaka informed Ambassador Kuyate that recent events arising from public statements attributed to him concerning the Honorable House of Representatives, coupled with subsequent communications received from that body expressing a vote of no confidence in his continual service, have created circumstances requiring presidential attention and action. The president emphasized that the success of Liberia's national development agenda depends on constructive engagement, mutual respect, and effective collaboration among the three coordinate branches of government. The Liberian chief executive noted that the implementation of the RS agenda for inclusive development requires strong working relationships among national institutions in pursuit of the common good. The president thanked Ambassador Kuyate for his service to the nation and wished him well in his future endeavors. I take and I'm gonna pick plenty boom. Okay, I just take two boom from the thing that come from the executive mansion. This is the executive mansion official website. That's the official page. Ambassador Kuyate was appointed by the President of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Bouaka. His appointment was predicated upon or is contingent on Article 54 of the Liberian Constitution that gives the President the exclusive authority and power to appoint, let's say to nominate, and with the consent of the Senate, to appoint and commission officials of government as in minister, ambassador, and you can name the rest. That same constitution gives the president the authority under Article 56A to have the power upon appointing whoever he or she wants to appoint, whether minister, director, or ambassador. Article 56A states that non-verbatim, all officials appointed by the president, whether minister, ambassador, councils, directors, and you can name them, they work at the will and pleasure of the president. I repeat, Article 54 of the Liberian Constitution gives the president the authority to appoint, meaning when he nominates and where confirmation needed, when confirmed by the Senate, the president appoint you and commission you to the office to serve, and that service is guaranteed under Article 56A of the Liberian Constitution as the will and pleasure of the president. So when the president happy with the president certify and say you'll be there until 6 years, you've already been confirmed. The Senate have done due diligence in terms of background investigation and gathering everything that they need to gather to qualify you for such position so appointed for by the president. So the president, when you work for the whole 6 years, the only thing the president will not get power to meet you there when the president is in power. But when the president is in power, the president can meet you there. And when the president even do reappointment, provided the Senate agrees and satisfied with your documentation, you continue. There is no way that lawmaker in the Constitution that lawmaker will get power to go create any law in their system that will abrogate this Constitution, that will abrogate this Constitution, that will alter this Constitution. And in that light, if we reflect to Article 2, any aspect that is inconsistent with provisions in the Constitution 1986 revised Republic of Liberia is therefore by the judicial authority vested in the Supreme Court will be declared null and void. Anyone in our legal school that we got to go to for us to know all these basics. The president playing a lot of games here. The president have subdued the power of the presidency to the legislature, particularly the House of Representatives, by allowing the House of Representatives at their will and their pleasure, at their satisfaction, at their behest. The person when he appoint, for him to quickly send letter to the person, say, man, I don't want you again because letter came from my man at the House of Representatives, and the man said they certify with you. They are not feeling pleasured with working with you. The president will get that power in going tell Sheikh Kuyate or telling Sheikh Kuyate in this communication that my man, the lawmaker, they say they won't work with you. Mr. President, are you kidding me? The president has the authority. The president has the authority to hire and fire in the executive where applicable. The legislature does not have any authority there unless through those proceedings that are impeachable or impeachably related. Before the legislature can be involved. Maybe the person, the constitution say the position the person holding, before they can be removed from office for the bad thing what they do, they should be impeached. That one, and the president got to sack the person now. Like Chief Justice and Associate Justice. But now they want, Mr. Bwakai, they want that you get the power to say, Sheikh Kuyate, man, they send they already confirm you. I don't get time for all the men saying you'll be here. The men they reading. Mr. Bwakai. Damn it. Oh God. Oh. So the same thing Austin and myself was saying here, that the president do. Hey man. Hey Austin, wherever you are, no man, you are really despondent. I know. You won't be happy wherever you are. So the president prove everything we've been saying here that are true. Where is the check and balance? I see why no understanding in the country. Oh, yeah, Mr. President, you went out to remove your care. We already remove your care. You got your picking side that the man can African or who want the man there too? You know, the time about a male adding frisky on you, we agree with you. We receive some pecuniary and auto removing. Then you get one picking side you where you can just send him one letter, the man down there, the man won't be misbehaving or like receiving bribe and things to sign concession agreement. Hey, you know, say your name will be implicated too, Mr. President. Because are you the head of the executive? Oh, yeah. You're Richard Kuhn. Okay, before that don't appear to the office tomorrow, a letter will be here. NIA. Mr. Bwaka, this is a clear vindication of the prophecy from the prophet that, with all due respect, you have been I would say you are exhausted. Yeah, Mr. President. You know, at the office of the president now. Mr. President, you are exhausted. Now what the prophet asking you to resign, you know you can make it. You are not the one pulling the strings. You are not calling the shots. I'm aware, Mr. President. I'm aware, Mr. President, that you are not the one pulling the strings. The excesses that are prevailing in the trenches. Mr. President, this is clear that you are unable to lead this country and you are not in good standing to lead Liberia. You are not in good standing, Mr. President. With all due respect, you are off. You are not there again, Mr. President. You are not there again. Give us space. Give us space. Let's have little breathing space, Mr. President. You are not there again. You are not in charge. Mr. President, you are not in charge. Mr. President, if you come back to humility, you understand from whence I'm coming. Mr. President, if you will suggest to come back to humility, Mr. President, you will appreciate what I'm saying on this platform. This is Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. Mr. President, you will get to appreciate what I'm saying on this platform tonight. You dare give it up. Legacy. I always said to you, Mr. President, the most important thing that a man supposed to and should protect is your legacy, Mr. President. Your legacy. Your legacy. Don't allow it go in the toilet before you can come to yourself. Listen to the outsiders. Get a bigger space and a bigger platform to hear the views of people. It's good at that. It's good like that. With that, you have an understanding as to how the society is moving. Because there, that cycle that you have been cliche to, Mr. President, there will be nothing negative coming from in between there. Especially that they've already observed and noticed, identified your weaknesses as somebody who does not have thick skin for critiques, criticism, and pieces of advice that are in the direction of making good your government and your legacy. Mr. President, listen to we the outsiders. Give your ears. Give your ears, Mr. President, and listen. Don't preclude yourself from the capacity, the huge capacity that this place is endowed with in terms of providing our little pieces of reminder, places that you already passed. Maybe you may be, because of the age now, forgetting. As we're talking here, we stay fresh. Some of those things, when we remind you on them, some of those things were your agenda, you decided to do them, you could get reminded and change the gear to get on a rightful path. It doesn't matter the size, the length and width of who's speaking, or the literacy or illiteracy of who's speaking. It's the sense that is being portrayed, the sense that is being put forth. Mr. President, what the prophet is saying is what you are doing. That laziness there, Mr. President. You see where that complete laziness, almost like copycat, almost like Austin Kawhi saying in the same class, anything Austin read, or the way Austin and myself on the show, the same way Austin talking, and the same way myself I want to talk to. Now, how you doing, Mr. President? With Richard Coonan, because you know they can do your bidding, as soon as men find their face, then you go that way. While you're on the whole dealing, I understanding what's going on. The most frustrating part about it, the lives, security, health, and safety, peace of mind of our people is at stake. And Mr. President is not doing anything to change course. The president is, they wrote a letter yesterday. The back did the letter. The back did the letter. Well, the letter was published today. The president is brave to accept a communication from the House of Representatives and act on it. It means the president is breaching the constitution of our country, and that is an impeachable offense. I repeat, Mr. President, your recent actions, this one, have made it so blatant enough. This one have made it so blatant enough that only political manipulation and authoritarianism can place it under the carpet. What is happening now to mention in a communication coming from your office as the president of the country, knowing that the Constitution gave you the sole authority to be the one to dismiss whoever you are satisfied with or you satisfied with, to dismiss them or to keep them, and you are saying to we Liberians that because of communication coming from the House of Representatives based on statement made by former the process fast with the government judge, but there you gotta be respectful and be very titan. If you got the process fast. Oh, so the former. So former Ambassador Sheikh that Noel. Ambassador Sheikh Kuyate, former Ambassador Sheikh Kuyate, and the coward, a man who is so scary, and Bokut capitulated one night after the post-mortem voting him. Eh? Yeah. Someday I can be wondering, what? Anyway, that the president. So, yeah. But when I saw him, maybe I'm a cry, will ask what's going on. Eh? Something happening that we need to know, that we know. The president of Liberia acting on communication from the House of Representatives. It's funny, it's sorrowful, and it is dangerous for the president to act on communication from the House of Representatives. Yes, how the president acts on communications that come from the legislature. Legislatively, if the president have his legislative agenda, he comes to the SONA and gives a State of the Nation address to the country. He will give him part of legislative agenda, a piece of legislation he want to be passed, different concession and thing. You give it. The lawmaker some lawmakers from the district, they want bottle company. So they will bring a part of law, a part of bills. Some people, they come in, they want education system to be better, they come in with a bill. If a bill, besides financial bill now that can derive from only the House of Representatives, but whether the House of Representatives or the Senate, if a bill goes before any of these houses or any of these chambers, if it is passed by one body, whether by the Senate or by the House of Representatives, it becomes engrossed. Mr. President, if the House of Representatives pass on a bill or a resolution, it becomes engrossed. And that engrossed bill goes to the Senate, and when it is engrossed from the Senate and coming from the Senate, it goes to the House of Representatives for concurrence. And after concurrence, that bill, before it becomes law, it is laid before the desk of the president for the president to sign. Assuming without a meeting, the president signs, it becomes law. You see the process? So, for the president to take any action that will come from the legislature, that action must be in line with constitutional provisions laid down in our constitution and laid down, and they are on the books. Anything outside of that is a Janjaweed arrangement, is a quasi arrangement that does not meet any international standard. It's an arrangement that shows a gangster paradise, which I don't think is the case. Because I have a great deal of respect for Mr. Bouaka, the president of our country, that he will preside over a gangster state, a gangster paradise. I don't think so. Because the president looking at the law, the president jumping over the law, even to the extent that the president, because he wants John over law and be bypassing law, the president even subdue his own power and authority given him constitutionally. The thing that what gave the presidency that power, what Benny Rhino, BB Lemo in your motorcade. Jada, the US president, the people get plenty of money. Mr. President, all the things that they agree and what make the power there. You allow one de facto illegitimate speaker, well, already you know you're plotting to remove him and to bring in the men who will do your bidding. To allow him to read communication or sign one communication and send it to you, where he will get any basis for legislative action. That particular action is negligible on the part of the House of Representatives, headed by the de facto speaker and the president of the country. That action is negligible. It is an action that the president will need to rethink. It is an action that the president will need to go back to the drawing board and seek. I always said this, let the president have some sober reflection. Say enforcing the thing, he won't give it, or even do the prophesies and say, man, you can make it anything, hey, too heavy and thing, give it all. Let begin to run the thing so that at least the citizen will be happy. So chaos can come down. The president said, no, he's still holding on it. He's still holding it tight. So, Mr. President, when you still won't hold it tight now, then don't be mind, few boys around you, that continue to give you information that will make you happy every day, when your duty and responsibility is to provide social services to the people. And on that basis, you need to have, the people need to have your ears. You need to have your ears all over the place, Mr. President. You can be ubiquitous. You can be everywhere at the same time. No. But Mr. President, you can give your ears to Liberians so that they express what they are grieving over, other than listening to those few miscreants that you have around you, who they challenging prophets, even though they are from churches around you, they even looking at the religious background, only the power now is just follow the heat, and the lay pecuna are coming along with the power, that allowing them to live in the opulence that they want to protect, for which they causing men of God, causing former president, causing ministers, and causing BB people around the place. Then with some manner people talk, then they say, man cause. Who caused man cause? For us, we say it bold to your faces that if the president is weak, the president does not have that strength, like the prophet said, lazy. I will not say lazy, but the prophet said the president is lazy. The prophet even mentioned that the president's government is satanic. And the president sent, let's say the prophet sent to you warning and you wear arrogance, you respond with pomposity and disdain, and you have some boys who come with reckless verbiages to just say what they want to say on leaders in the name of protecting you, Mr. President, when you're supposed to be the person that's sort of break that other yoke, that's supposed to break that bar, what people will not have beyond B people to cause other B people. Mr. President, when I expected you to be the person to break that whole thing, that the kind of thing we're experiencing here, Prophet go tell you the truth because you show up 2029, the secret already boss up. God saying you will not have a district for a process to come closer so screw can catch no one. At least all we can live with until 2029 read the prophecy come to pass. You don't get vexed, you don't fight. You can reach to that man to carry out political execution. Because the way you're doing it now, I think that the level you're going to start executing people like Kim Jong-un was doing around the place, executing a half-brother, executing his uncle with nerve agent around the place. That's why you won't do. Because men of God ain't talking prophecy and you're going after them. I want a politics. Mr. President, you are going after trivialities. You are going after petty things. You've reduced the office of president to petty. You've reduced the office of president to petty. Mr. President, step up your game. The office of president should be above the waters. Our presidential office should not be in religious confrontation with our brothers around the sub-region. Because we too can do the same. We got our prophets here too that can prophesy about Nigeria and other places. Oh, the place will be flooded. Nobody jumps up to fight any of our prophets. And Mr. President, you should be able to protect and provide security for freedom of religion. Have you forgotten that part in the Constitution? So the president is flattening almost every part of the Constitution, almost every provision of the Constitution. The president is peddling influence to dismantle the constitutional order that we have enjoyed for almost 200 years. And we say to the face of the president that the president is unable to carry on. The president is, with all due respect, unfit to lead us as a people. And that had already been vindicated by the president's recent action responding to a prophet who should not be responded to by any president, because other prophets came and prophesied against former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, including former President Weah and other former presidents. And there was no issue around the place because our Constitution calls for freedom of religious worship. So for the president to stoop so low to respond to a prophet is negligible, it is a constitutional violation, and is impeachable. In this code of public opinion, I am saying, and I'm repeating, that action of the president is impeachable. It is an impeachable offense against the Constitution of our country. Look, I may not be the legal luminary that you may be looking for, but what I'm saying here tonight will be no different from what you will start hearing in the coming days from legal minds as to how the president, with weakness and laziness, not taking charge and allowing other people to pull the strings and call the shots, the president have violated the Constitution again, and this is a gross insubordination to the Liberian people that have entrusted the president with the office of presidency. Our president will be arguing with one pastor will get a church around Sunni, that kind of thing. Nigeria president will can't be doing, because one pastor in West Point, your church of JUNKIES MORRI, Pastor Jerry B come up with his prophecy. See, it will not be easy in Gambia, but next year. So because of that, the Gambian leaders should start sending diplomatic messages to like, oh, Mr. President, why will you stoop so low, Mr. President? They want it too much. Oh, Mr. President. Oh, amen. Call me on those numbers on 0776 104 104 086 500 104. And our desperate callers, they can call me on +231 886 500 104 +231 886 500 104. Call me and let's have a chat. This first caller online one.
Good morning.
Go ahead. Your name and you joining me from where?
Hello, how you doing?
By God's grace, I'm guarded.
Thank God. My name is Matthew T. Moba calling from Jacotown.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was there as soon as today. I was a little bit embarrassed. I expect the person to live with us. We the citizens were going to handle that man on the social media. We saw it. But by responding to the pastor, for me, it don't make sense. Seriously.
Hey there.
That's my point.
Okay, thank you. We'll leave it there and go to line 2 to take this other caller. Hello, your name and you joining me from where? Hello? Oh, this caller. Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Go ahead quickly.
My name is Hussein.
Honorable Kiawu, go ahead, boo.
Yeah, thank you. So, last evening on the show, this is the reasons why this country has not gone anywhere in terms of development. Because you have that people who have the primitive thinking, primitive mind, primitive way of doing things, but not see a country progressing. And they not just prophesy. In that prophecy, he talked about overthrowing the government. He was thought that he crashed. He was thought that he says gibberish. Like most of them are adding up, the gibberish he said.
Oh, so Hussein Kiawu, you say the man of God spew gibberish?
So what I'm saying, let me repeat. The man of God, whatever name you call him, and those that are supporting him, the gibberish he put out, right? Supported by those who have those primitive mind, does not even exist in our society.
You get Hussein, you get primitive mind, or you get a medieval time mind?
So the matter of fact that he threatened that the government or the federal should have been overthrown. That was the reason why the government even won. So if they were on the left with that normal thing he was writing, which of course doesn't make any sense, and even those who supporting it, then where are we as a government? There's some responsible on 8 hours the CDC at the time. That would be a lot insult on the social media and the radio.
Okay, Hussein. Yeah, Hussein, I see you, my man. Yeah, let me take this call. Hello. Yeah, how are you? Your name and you joining me from where?
I'm James Reliable Timothy, and I call you from KZD Bodovai, Bannersville Junction.
Yeah, go ahead. You are not a desperate caller, but you're still calling on the line. But go ahead quickly.
Yeah, Brother Morris, thank you for your topic. But I want for people to know this. Before you speak out, you look at the bigger picture, right? All what this man of God has said, how many of it has become a lies? Last night, I listened to Spoon Talk because he was invited on Spoon Talk. The man of God were invited. I don't care how you pray. I rebuke that one can't happen. You don't rebuke with your mouth. You rebuke with actions, with your decision, and with your prayer. While I now listening, they rebuking, Librarian will press forward, Librarian will go forward. I say, look. No one saying Librarian will not go forward. They may just telling what may happen in the future.
If care is not taking.
Yeah, if care is not taken. But shortly, I mostly call on a health issue. Most often, our people should be careful. Thank God, blind man like me, I got plenty of law because so that they call me Congo man, and I get time. People should be careful what to eat and what kind of soft drink to drink, and even the kind of liquor to drink. And lastly, I will tell you, Charles Taylor was the best president ever in the history of Liberia. Because the thing that are happening, I don't think if it were Ono Taylor, it could happen. Wherein you would take the Liberia health, give it to another country to control it, to now reduce us, to now make us small. You know, anyway, I have nothing much to say, but thank you. And our people must be informed and know the step to take. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad, Timothy. He's visually impaired. Hello, this caller.
Good evening, baby boy.
Well, go ahead.
Yes, my Piaches William calling for the PhD community.
Go ahead, Mambi.
You when I before they leave, rapid scientists to tell them that they still are the prophet here. They are no different from what are going on. The calamity the prophet talking about, they are going on. The greater what the prophet talking about, in the first prophecy, they are going on. They don't mean that the greater what is water that we drink. No, the calamity, the things are going on. The president is confused. You don't need rocket scientists to tell you when the president was going to address the nation of address. When the mayor he made the punya, he was going to call him back. When they had left for his head, who thought they had for? And you were very positive, really hard. Oh, you have I'm going to tell the people to say that. So you need rocket scientists to tell you to tell you what are they meant. And Labra is not confused, the president is not confused. No, the man is confused. Not to a cabinet or a whoever. I don't want to they are confused. All the things that are going on in the country, to get here, to need somebody to to tell you. So when the member and say the name of his anything, they can use the name for you to be there. So they must say, oh, so they can give their eat. So they can do what they want to. But what the man told them to say, the man told them say, when they were insulting the man, and they should know that men of God they were insulting, they were left after them. They were left after them. And the man told them, the man said, okay, but they need to go and tell Donald Trump. I think that the only place they will get him out before. Because the only place you can get that man before that more. So you get me to say, hey, God, when I do the man talking, we receive it or we come back and say, I think for them to when the man says something, for them to be insulting that they are said they insulting because they know their function and what they insulting people. Thank you, my son, for having me. And have a nice night.
Thank you, there. Mambi from PHP Community. This caller online one. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name and you joining me from where?
Chris Nakwe from 22nd.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The pastor, even if our president is not doing well for us, the pastor well on the contrary. Even after the hello.
Your name and where you joining me from?
My name is Gabriel Chagi. We are calling from the Oro Gate.
Go ahead, Gabriel. We are.
You know, you always hear me when I'm hearing who's going on every day. You're still lying. You think you know the program lie? You think you could not be lying to 11 people?
No, listen.
And I believe that when you hear right now, that thing if you looking down to him,
do you
we can all into that the government was feeding students in the country.
Do you know why we do that? Do you know why we allow Hussein Kewu and other people to take part on the show here?
No, you're supposed to say something to 11 before you be lying.
The reason is simple. We are not like the other people who will want to go after people because of their views.
No, you're not going after him, but let me tell you, sorry. I'm a point. So it might be glad the people. They see me and say the carbon water all around. And then by enter in the color like girl, you will see water. They never put in count will be talking and tell side and game chance again. I'm a point. So
Okay.
I mean, me making be lying to the people then.
Okay. This caller online too. Hello, your name and where you joining me from?
It hasn't called yet. I call from Red Light.
Yeah, go ahead.
My man, the papi when you told all and you went free time, the man I put their country on your feet. All the nonsense are going on and violating the Constitution. Well, would you grab the other one man? Will I do nothing? Will I do nothing? We'll grab. I will just tell the country outside that any kind of way you want to do it, nothing will do. So yeah, we never understand that. So that's what I will tell. Thank you.
I'll leave it there and go to line 2. Hello.
How you doing, Junkies?
By God's grace, the general.
Thank you. They want Bishop, but the whole government shaking, right?
Yeah, the government shaking you.
Yeah, they want Bishop, but the whole government shaking. They want Bishop, but the puppets of the government, of the Bishop, they want the government shaking. Everybody costing, who think costing pastor. They pay, they so clean and so certificated, they can't cost people. But you think costing the men of God. So when you go for Waka share, then they come after you. When you go for Waka shoes, they come after you. You go for Waka castle, they come after you. But you go to the men of God. It's a dream. They say they educated one of school, they bad training. But see, we think we something, men of God, that gets the problem, say, it's so operating against it. So not happy. But it's in the message. But it's for the 3 election, it's happening, my brother. You hear, you are a living witness. Then the water will come, will drink it, and not happy yet. But something out for them. Something out for them. But what is the water? All in the garden. All in powerful, all in the garden, water, even in the city, water was there. You couldn't see water, but all in the street, looking for water. Walking with dead water for the west. It's not happy yet. It's happy. That's the message already yet. They know what I'll put you and let you put it there. If I put it on my arm, on the wife from the go back body to go drive it. They got to bring it down the podium and say, no, you're not going to God to the people. You're not going to God. Tell me now. Tell me. What my son, my daughter, I say, oh, my son, get problem. I get problem. But say the reality. He left the podium, he left the place, go back, and carry the body, to go back body. He goes to the market to go drive it. They got to bring it back. So he said, before he was going to went down the tree, they got to put it back. The man is all nothing but the opponent. When you are older, you are a baby now. The brother, they know the whole thing. Who will do the work? They may own. They bring that they get for him, but today, the one person of water. When you say they get go to get in our boy now, we're all getting the soldier. But the that his nephew. Can you imagine? You take job and get a follow the poker by 41 let's play in the legislature. They want the popular see it. They come and say that Narabi, they men went and built the asking were on the radio and last week was at this school. And tell the people like oh and they say but I don't know about it. In that every probably there. So let for God say let's pray in prayer. For other person all they may pray for Jawia and put everything on Jawia. It doesn't matter. The fear is the main place going down the tree, you can forget. The point you see the whole country. They say let's see the country money. Let me let's see how to give me that one. God is for the boy man their country has. Nothing a man doing that correct. You see a number? The number is working they bring to it. Oh, so much point where I say, oh, who forcing men of God. But a lot of men is to them. They never read no more to get to Donald Trump. To cancel the next step for to pay the government. That is somebody government went wrong. Then they go after you. Then they go show me that way go after you. They put us to be there. They put it sad. They know what they're doing. They put get rid of. We will right to the Senate. They say, come on, man. It's a come on Senate. They go carry a complete. I will follow you guys to the parliament. You let me ask why you're going to raise the issue and go after the government. Why is not for the issue to us and the border what happened to your country? But you pay one life in the parliament. Then you complain somebody that I be made sense to people. You get 5 days, Johnny. You get number 5 days. I stop them. I rest my case. So we'll see. The station here, we are Sunday. We'll tell the truth ahead. Thank you.
Equal rights and justice. Yeah. Not junkie rocking out of hand. Show clear high and love to your fellow man.
And that was the general. And that's how I call it at night. Ending with the general. That's Man CC. Man Beatrice there from PHP. Man Benu from West Point. Victoria Bar from Johnsonville. Today's program is dedicated to Major Jefferson Tamakoji, the man who is walking out with a master's degree packaged under his arm and in his back bag. Major Jefferson Tamakoji, a great man, my salutation. Today's program is dedicated to you. Congratulations on your new achievement as a master's degree holder. Even though they say you couldn't make it, but God made it happen. And so that's how I call it a night. I'm hoping to be here with Austin Kawa on tomorrow, same time, same station. This is Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. Be here with me by 8 o'clock tomorrow in the evening up to 10 o'clock when I will be here with new talking points and fascinating discussions alongside Austin Kawa. My name is Junkies Morris. Good night and bye-bye for now.